been having issues with the property due to open zoning. We were given the open zoning after the tsunamis that hit the area. Under the control of the HRA, there was a 35-year term where the HRA would determine the uses allowed at the property. The time has lapsed, and the open zoning, we were reverted back to the open zoning. So the issues we kind of face are when we're trying to fill spaces at the property, there's a big question mark on what can be done there. Some of the other issues we come across is if the owners ever try to mortgage the property, it becomes a real problem for the lenders. And then that in turn affects when you try to sell the property because someone has to come in with cash, basically. And so part of the reason why we need to do the rezoning is we need a way for us to reinvest in the property. We need a way for us to use the property to its highest and best use, considering the location within the Banyan Drive boundaries, within being an entry port into downtown Hilo. We feel like we're not able to maximize the property to its full effect. We're choosing MCX because we feel that is the most suitable zoning for what exists there. It's always kind of been a industrial, light industrial, commercial type of use on that property throughout history. So we feel we're in line with that. And in the last general plan actually recommends certain areas for MCX, and the Ironworks is listed as one of the areas that they would recommend for MCX zoning.
I move that we approve this and support the application for industrial commercial mixed use.
Okay, I'm just going to clarify. So, do you want to move that we draft a letter of support?
Yeah, because I don't think we have been empowered to actually do the change of zone because
correct. Yep.
I mean that's been the interpretation. I disagree with that, but that's what the Corporation Council has already advised. So I make that motion that we support, and then I guess we would go to the planning director and the county council.
Yeah.
Second the motion.
I'd like to speak in favor of the motion.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Okay. If the county does not address the private owners whose designation is open zoning, that it could be viewed as a taking of private property without compensation. And the reason is that and there's many cases that have made that determination. Open zoning, you can't really do anything with the property. So from the point of view of the public interest, here you have a private landowner who has a designation of open zoning. They have a structure on their properties. Mr. Yamanaka kind of indicated all the problems they're having in terms of being able to improve their structures. So it becomes an eyesore to the community. It limits the landowner's ability to be creative in the use of the property. If this land is rezoned, the property owner could actually come up with a plan on how to make that more attractive for use. You could be a good place for restaurants, good place for walking paths, good place for retail. There could be some light industrial use in that particular area that would make sense. It would give them a whole type of opportunities to do that. I say the same thing should apply to the ice house. You have the ice house right next to the most beautiful park we have on the island, and it is an ugly eyesore right now because the landowner can't do anything with it. If we gave him a reasonable use, he could improve the property so it could complement the area near the park. So, we really got to give private landowners the ability to use their properties in a prudent and reasonable way that is complementary to the surrounding area and an asset to our community.
So we're voting on a letter of support to be furnished, supporting the rezoning from an open designation to industrial commercial mixed use for the properties identified as the Hilo Ironworks. So I'll move to a vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. So the ayes have it.
Thank you.
Thanks very much for coming.